right, this is Tapealert, hottest in the city. I'm Sharu Anthony the Don, and today we're here with
Swiss.
Okay, Swiss. How you doing today, Swiss?
Everything all right, brother. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm blessed, man. I'm living my best life right now. You know what I mean? Why don't you tell our audience exactly what it is you do and how long you've been doing this situation?
Thank you. I'm a pro natural bodybuilder. I started in 2022. Did my first 21 rather. Did my first show. I did about 2 shows. My first show, I came in first. My second show, I went against 15 guys. I had to go on stage 3 times. And the outcome was I came in and got my pro card. It's a natural organization, no steroids. And in my free time, I'm a coach.
Okay, tell us some of the trials and tribulations that you had to go through when you were trying to pursue this as a life career.
All right, well, at the time, during COVID, a lot of things was closing down. So I wound up losing a job. So then I was down like to my last cash, and it was my birthday. And I just was like, you know what? The only way I'm gonna be able to focus on my career, even though I'm in a financial crisis, was to still be able to be in the gym. So I wound up going to Powerhouse. They had a membership there for like $250. So I just was like, you know what? If I'm not gonna be able to do anything else, at least I can come here and have something to work on to start my career. So that's basically what I did.
So basically, you invested in yourself.
Definitely.
All right. So that was a good investment then.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Since then, you have been doing this thing, and how successful have you been at it?
I've been very successful. I met a lot of people during my journey. Not only that, I'm a coach. I do meal plans too for clients. So it's beautiful, brother. That's the best I can say to put it. Like it's wonderful to be able to do what you love and help others during the journey.
All right. So as far as somebody who might want to get into bodybuilding, what's something that you really would suggest? Because everybody's not motivated. Let's put it that way. Some people have the intention, they want to look good, but they do so many things, they have so many distractions, So what's some of the things that you have put together that kind of can help a person in that type of situation,
I would say definitely eating clean. Because everybody thinks the workout is the big part of it. It's not. It's the diet, and it's the not eating cakes, cookies, staying on your diet plan. So that is the most hardest part, but you benefit from that. Like, see, for me, I eat about 6 times a day, but I eat every 2 hours. I eat so clean that whatever I eat goes straight to muscle. So it's not like it's turning into like what junk turns into, dirty fats. So if you want to really take your life and take your career to the next level, it first starts with your diet. Because without that, it's nothing. You can't turn into muscle without eating clean.
Okay, that's very good. If, let's say for instance, a person their budget wasn't all that great, because I found in life that sometimes it's hard to eat healthy when you're on a lower budget, or it's a little harder, you know what I'm saying? Because it seems like all the junk food and things that's cheapest for you, what I mean? So, what would you suggest someone in that type of position might kind of do?
What I would say is it's not, you can still eat clean and still save money. Like, I buy my food and I spend under $100. Okay. Most people would think that because I eat the way I eat, I'm spending $300, $400. Nah, you get sales, but at the same time, you're not really eating anything expensive just because it's clean. Let's say if you're eating ground chicken, that might be a little expensive, but if you get the store brand, it'll be much cheaper. Then we're looking at the ounces you're eating. My ounces is different because I compete, compared to somebody that's just training and that's just on a diet. So for us, it's different as a bodybuilder than as somebody that's just training in the gym. So they would benefit even more because they're not eating. Like for me, I go low in carbs just to get ready for a show. Majority of us do. Like some of us, the day of the show, are not drinking water because we done drained out all our water so we can show our muscles.
Okay, that's very interesting. Have you traveled a lot since you've been in this business?
Yes, I would definitely say that. I have traveled to Massachusetts. I did a show in Boston. I did a show in PA. You know, one thing about it, if you're in OCB as a pro, you go to, they have shows in every state. Some organizations have shows in, like if you're in Jersey, there's places in Jersey where you can do a show at. Where organizations just only in Jersey. OCB is like nationwide.
Okay, all right. Your Instagram shows that you have a podcast also.
Nah, I don't have a podcast.
No?
It's what I actually was just posting somebody else's podcast.
Oh, that was somebody else's situation.
Yeah, that's
okay.
the Natural Bodybuilding of OCB. That's their podcast.
Okay, right. You just affiliated, you know what I mean? So you looking
I just, you know, I like to post things where like people that don't understand fitness or need guidance, and I would rather you know exactly what these organizations brings to the table, so you know exactly like far as diet and weight, polygraph tests, urine tests. There's a lot of things like when you do the show that people don't even really know about. Like when we go check in, we got to do our weight. You know, before a show, you got to do tanning. So there's a lot that really goes into it.
Okay, so it's a lot of behind the scenes things that people don't know about, man.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
those are maybe the, you know, like the tanning situations, or some of those situations are all actually some things that people could look into as maybe job careers for themselves also.
Yes. There's always jobs in fitness. You know, there's places where you even have people that volunteer that don't get paid to just be a promoter or be a judge, just to give back to the organization, because a lot of people like to do that.
Okay.
So they'll be on the panel, there'll be that lead judge, and then there'll be other people that will pro bodybuilders as judges as well.
Okay. I heard you a big gamer also as well.
Yes, definitely. I love video games, man. You know,
Talk
I'm a
little bit
PS4
about
guy.
that. Talk.
My favorite video game I would definitely say is GTA.
Okay.
You know, I got the PS3, PS4, and 5, so I like to actually go back to the 3 sometimes, because you got the best classic games on there, like the Grand Theft Auto 4. You know, that's like the best one, because you got the add-ons too with that, which is the Land of the Lost and what's the other one? Gay Tony, another good game. Call of Duty, I definitely play that in my free time, especially if I'm not in the gym. I'm definitely always gaming.
So, do you when you game, do you do that professionally also as well, or you just it's just
I got a Twitch page where I
Okay,
go on there sometimes, you know, show do video games that's out, or like to just show that I'm even trying the game out.
Okay, all right. So you got a little a few people that you in contact with, and
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, that's cool. You ever did any like fundraising type of situations, events?
Honestly, not yet. I haven't really had the chance to sit down and do that. That's something I would love to do.
Okay.
But when you do that nowadays, you got to be with the right organization, because I want to make sure that money goes to the right people.
Yes,
You know,
okay,
you just can't
right.
put your name on something, be involved, and things don't go right.
That's a whole fact. That's a whole fact.
Yes.
Let me see. If you could look back at those struggling times, you know, and take something from it that you really, a real life lesson that you could share with everybody, you know what I mean? That kind of made you not give up. The hope of being something successful, whatever it might have been. You know what I mean? You know that bodybuilding was your passion at the time, so you said, well, at least I can stay in the gym. But, you know, if you could just, one little thing that just made you say, you know what, because everything in life is choices, all right? So you had an option to go spend that last couple of $100s on whatever else, some food, rent, something else. Instead, you chose to invest in yourself. You know what I mean? So what really was the determining factor that made you say, you know what, I'm going for this all the way?
All right. I was a department manager, and I always wanted to be a store manager. So at the time, I wound up quitting Western Beef to go to Key Food. And then I wound up going to another supermarket called Super Fresh. So I was there, and somebody said something to me like, help us build this store. And then about a month later, our option came up. If you had a chance to be a manager, would you do it? And just was like, let me get back to you on that. Because, you know, it's a lot of stress that comes with that position. You know, it's not an easy position just to wake up to do. You bring work home in that position. So then I just told myself, like, nah, there ain't no turning back. This is what you always wanted to do. So why would you not step back now? This is the opportunity to take you somewhere else, and even though it's a supermarket job, it's still a career. It's still something that puts food on the table to help you take care of your family. So anytime, well, no matter what I do, I always take it seriously. So I just was like, you know what? I can do this job. I'll take the position. And I started as a closer manager. And 1 year, I became a co-store manager. And I didn't even think I'd be able to get that far. I just figured I'd just be a closer manager and that would be it. But you can always, as long as you believe in yourself, you can do anything you want, man. Anything's possible.
That's a whole fact, man. I'm a true believer in that, man. Where do you see yourself, let's say, in the next 5 years right now?
Wow. Honestly, I am hoping to be a part of a gym. Either management, maybe part owner. Definitely hoping to have more than one pro card, because that's definitely what's one of my goals. I want to have more than one pro card. I have one pro card now. I plan on doing another show in June 25th in the Bronx for USBF, and I'm hoping to make another good move and hopefully get a pro card of that organization too as well.
Altogether, how many pro cards can you actually accumulate? Yeah.
Oh, you can accumulate as many as you want, as long as it's from a different organization. Like, some people get a pro card, but another organization will have competition for pros, so they'll just stick with the one pro card they have. You don't have to multiple or have more than one pro card. I just figure I'd rather do that because it looks kind of good though, because it's like looking at the Olympia and the guys that do the Arnold. These guys actually are doing IFBB shows and then going to the Arnolds and then going to Olympia. Well, these guys compete every year between those two shows. So that's how I look at it in the natural bodybuilding.
That's cool. We like to talk about, like the upbringing, family structure, you know what I mean? How good was that for you, some of your earlier years, school, that type of situation? I mean, if it wasn't all that great, you still could talk about it. Because,
it's all good. We're gonna talk about it.
Okay, let's get into it. Let's go.
I was a street cat, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I probably went to school from 1 to 6, left school, man, and then went to the block. For me, I did 1 to 6. I probably did a couple of school classes, but chasing money was my thing. I always chase money.
All right. So, but you articulate yourself very well.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Obviously, you learned something. The streets can teach a valuable lesson if we can pull out from it in time enough. Some of us that we get too caught up.
Yes, you can definitely apply what you learn from the streets into your day-to-day life, because there's certain situations that you'll analyze that you wouldn't analyze if you wasn't from the streets. Like, you can walk down the block and you'll know, because you're from the streets, hold on, let me go back this way. Something looks wrong right here. From somebody that doesn't have street knowledge.
So, what would you say to the youth, man? That might be trying to go in the wrong direction right now. To try to keep them you know.
Well, I got a pass. You can see from my tattoos what I bang. I would definitely say choose your friends wisely. Listen to your parents. They know what's best. Your friends in the street don't know what's best. Because when you get into a situation, your friends in the street ain't there. They're not. The only people that's going to be there is your mom, your dad, and family members that's going to fill out a count when nobody else wants to be there. Not even your girlfriend either. That's over with. So I would basically say, even though, most people don't talk about it, 75% of gangbangers right now are not in the streets anymore. People don't talk about that, but they actually have jobs. Or they either doing music, fitness, something. It's not about doing ignorance anymore. It's about, being there and following the guidelines of your parents. So that's the best advice I would give. Definitely listen to your parents. Sometimes as a kid, even when I was a kid, we feel like they just bossing us around. Our parents know what's best. That's why they're our parents. Your friends don't. Sometimes we fall into that of, let me follow my friend now. Follow your parents. That's the best advice I will always give.
Has your family been supportive of you?
And I'm very grateful. My twin brother, very supportive ever since I first touched the stage. Now this year, June 25th, he's going to compete in Pittsburgh. It'll be his first show as Classic Physique. So, when it comes to bodybuilding, one thing I'll say, man, if they can make it to the show, they're there. Even if it's a like on the gram, it's every little support you get from your family is everything. And that's one thing I say, I definitely get a lot of support from my family.
That's cool, man. Family support really can make or break some people.
Yes, definitely.
So it's good to have a family structure. Also people who have, they try to shoot your dreams down, yes, or your aspirations down. But if you don't listen to them, they can also fuel a fire in you to make you be more successful.
Yes, I could definitely agree to that. I actually had somebody tell me one time, you're going to lose way too much weight and you're going to start looking at direction. I just looked like, I'm happy you said that. A comment like that, you don't really get mad over. You get motivated over that. Because then you can show the world and that person that you was able to do what you can do. Everybody, you're not going to have everybody support you. It doesn't work like that. But as long as you uplift yourself, anything is possible.
Anybody that you would like to actually, stars wise, that you see somebody out there, you say that I probably really could work with them. Anybody that you really feel that you would want to work with?
As a bodybuilder, you say?
Well, or as a personal trainer, or whatever the case may be.
Oh wow, anybody I would want to work with. Wow, there's a lot of people I would want to work with. Definitely, I would probably say my posing coach Showtime, because he's out in Florida, if I'm not mistaken. So if I had the chance, I would definitely want to work with him. 2020 Physique, he's another heavy hitter in bodybuilding, natural bodybuilding. I would definitely love to work with him. Keith Natty, another hitter, Mr. PT. I worked with 24 Fit. I never worked out with him in the gym though. I would definitely work out with CJ too. He's definitely a hitter in natural bodybuilding.
Okay.
All pros. All those names I said were definitely pro guys. Very fit. And they got more years than me in the game.
Okay, all right. That's cool. Well, maybe hopefully they get a hold of this this interview and maybe they hit you up, you know what I mean?
Work together. Yeah, definitely.
Listen,
definitely.
Man, that's what it's all about. We try to get everybody some work around here, you know what I mean?
Networking.
I see you got that Warriors shirt on, man. What's up with that, man? Talk about that, man. That hat and everything. That thing.
Thanks, man. Yeah, man.
Talk about that, man. You a fan?
Oh yeah, honestly, I like the team. I don't really when it really comes to NBA. I will always be a New York Knicks guy.
Okay, yeah, we got a few Knicks fans in the house.
We got a few Knicks fans in the house. New York,
right? I ain't mad at you. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Any closing thoughts you wanna talk about? Anything that might pique your interest at all?
Definitely, probably giving people a little more insight on fitness.
Okay.
You know, if you want to compete, I would say definitely there's a bunch of rules you need to know. Like, if you're going to go in the field, have a coach. Try to learn more as you go. Be open-minded when you go in. Have a posing coach. Have a network. Have people in fitness that you can work with that been on stage before you. And just stay humble. Like, you meet a lot of people at the shows. One day I will say, my first year I met a lot of people that helped me my second year. Like, now I got a new posing coach that I actually met at a show. I have another coach that I'm bringing on board as my bodybuilding coach, is a woman, which we're going to be coming together this week. I don't want to put her name out there yet because it ain't finalized yet, but definitely I should be getting an answer for her on Monday. And then I'll know if she's going to be my new bodybuilding coach.
Okay, all right. So, anything else? We good?
Yeah, how do they judge the competition?
A point system.
Okay, speak about that a little.
Like, definitely so like when we're on stage, we do about, it matters if you're a woman, there's different poses than men. But if I'm not mistaken, I think physique we do 3. Classic physique does about 4 to 5, and bodybuilding does 5. The woman I'm not really too sure about, but like for us, we do each turn. They'll say quarter turn, where you go into a pose, where you got to hold your breath and hold your muscles at the same time. And then they'll tell you quarter turn again, and you go into another pose. So each time you go into a pose, the judges is looking at your muscles, your definition, and how much lean you are. So let's say if you're in physique, there's certain body parts they look at. Like, they'll look at the top, the V-tape, calves. OCB rules is different now, so they'll be looking at the backside, much as your thighs and your calves. But you gotta have clean, lean muscle, not like bulk muscle, like if you was a bodybuilder. So each category is different than the first category. Like, physique is different. That's like a pretty boys. They call us the pretty boys because we do much different than anybody else. Everybody else is in bikinis and stuff like that. So each system is different. And then you have the lead judge that either goes off for their points or she comes up with her own points for the category.
Okay, that's very interesting, man. Tell people where they can find you at, man.
Oh, I'm definitely on Instagram, Marble Sculpture Pro. My twin's on there too, Original Iron Man. You can DM me anytime, any questions, anything about competition, fitness, meal plans. I do online coaching too as well. And I respond right away. I'm always there for anybody, no matter any time of the day.
All right, that's cool.
All right, Instagram, Marble Sculpture Swiss Pro. Thank you again for your time. Appreciate this.
Tapealert on the beat.